Keith B. Stallworth. Republican Speaker Rick Johnson calls him the most formidable Democrat in the Michigan House. John Kelly, Senior Vice President, Detroit Medical Center, says he's the finest healthcare advocate the city of Detroit ever sent to Lansing. Democratic leader Buzz Thomas calls him brilliant, and Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick says he's simply the best. Keith B. Stallworth, fighting for Detroit's fair share of state and county funds.
I do want to acknowledge the work that members in this chamber in particular have dedicated to this very, very tough process. And I know that members will feel good this evening that they have worked very hard to try to provide some support for working families. But as the previous speaker has stated, I think it's very important that we think about the least of those in this state that have had no control over the economic policy that many of us have promoted. The Cynthia Thompson, who was a welfare to work recipient that did obtain a job at Jacobson's, making $5.75 an hour, that now finds herself laid off after following the rules, playing fair, who will not receive any increase, and she needs the money now. A John Rogel, who worked at Metro Tire 25 as a mechanic, someone that in his later years, not being successful, did go to a community college, picked up a certificate to be a mechanic, and again, although he was only making $7 an hour, finds himself laid off, and we're not providing that support. Members should feel very good that there's progress. We are helping out of that universe of unemployed constituents, 175,000. But I would ask you, what about the 100,000 that we have done nothing for? I would suggest that persons that are making less than $30,000 a year, that have played by the rules and are laid off, no fault of their own, for economic policies we have designed and promoted, they need help, and they need it now. There should be concern for all of those that are facing these very, very tough and strict financial constraints that we have. I acknowledge the work of this chamber because this chamber has led the process in trying to move toward a wage that makes sense where there's real support. And with limited success, we've done that. But I will stand for those that have not been helped, those that have made less than $30,000, those that have played by the rules and still find themselves with no support tonight. And as happy as some of us may be that there has been progress, there should still be great concern about those that have received no progress at all, particularly understanding the financial straits that the state finds itself in. Acknowledging the work, I stand with a no vote. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Keith B. Stallworth, fighting for Detroit's fair share of state and county funds. Contact Representative Stallworth by calling 1-888-254-9719 or write to him at P.O. Box 30014, Lansing, Michigan 48909.